Hello everyone and welcome to Music with Mari. In today's video I'm going to share with you the 5 warm-ups that I've been doing to warm up my fingers before I practice and that I've also been using with my students. They are especially for the left hand, okay? Once I come up with some for the right hand, I will let you know. These are not the only ones I'm going to use, and I do vary them every time so that they continue to be interesting to my students. We need variety for our brain, otherwise it gets very bored. So, the first one is called ice skating. I tell my students that their arm is the leg and the tip of the finger is the skate, okay? And the arm is the one that's going to take them wherever they want to go, especially when they want to go really fast and far somewhere on the fingerboard. Do not press your finger on the string. You're slightly touching the string with your finger. So let's go ahead and do that. And always come back to the same place. So if you have tapes, come back to the first tape on the A string, which is B. Okay? You could go close, farther, farther every time. Make sure that your thumb always goes with you. And then also make sure that you're not just doing it from your wrist, which is what I see a lot of students do many times. They just start trying to slide and go places just with their wrist, but that doesn't really work, especially when you want to go very, very far. Okay? Then, let's do it with the bow. So with the bow, it sounds really funny, so let's do it with the first finger. I know it has a funny sound because we're not pressing down, but the purpose of this exercise is to relax the hand, get the juices going, warm up the arm, the wrist, the fingers, flexibility, and eventually, of course, shifting. The next one is called the trampoline. I love jumping on the trampoline, and so do my students. So it's just dropping and lifting one finger at a time. On any string you like, I'm just going to do it on the A string, okay? If you're a beginner, just start dropping your finger without the bow. And feeling how relaxing that is, right? You can kind of hear that little sound that your finger makes when it hits the string, when it drops on the string and then it lifts right away. It has like a springy-like activity. You're not pressing your finger down with a lot of force because we don't need to do that on the violin. And then lifting it, right? So, no tension in your hand. You're just jumping on a trampoline. Then the second finger. Then the third finger. Then the pinky. And you can start really slow at first. And then you can do it with the bow. Breathe. And we're going to play all the notes in the same bow direction. Then change bow and do the second finger. Finger. Pinky. Now what I do to feel comfortable with my pinky is that I bring my thumb a little closer to my pinky when I'm playing with it. And I also rest my hand here, only because I'm doing this exercise. If I were doing vibrato, of course, I would have to take that off so that my hand would be free. The next one that I do is called crisscross. Okay, so for crisscross, I do this one because it's good for finger independence. So I have one finger on one string and another finger on the other string. So let's say I put my first finger on the D string and my second finger on the A string. And then I switch them. So now my second finger is on the D string, my first finger is on the A string. And then I switch them again. When I switch them, make sure I lift them at the same time and drop them at the same time. This is a little tricky to do, especially if you're a beginner. Then you can also change how far your fingers are. You can put them far away. You can put them together. You can do different fingers as well. You can do 2 and 3. 2 on the D string, 3 on the A string. Then switch them. You can do all kinds of finger combinations, 1 and 3, 2 and 4. And then, of course, the next one is, I call it the egg shaker, okay? And this is, again, for the left hand to get the juices flowing. If you're a beginner, you just grab an egg shaker, okay? That percussion instrument that you use in elementary school, and then you use your left hand and shake it like this. Okay, when you're doing that, you're gonna notice, right, that your whole arm is involved, but your wrist is moving, right? Especially your wrist, and you're gonna remember what that feels like. And then we're gonna put the hand on the violin without pressing any fingers down, and you're gonna do the same thing. You're gonna feel how relaxing that is, right? And then play second finger on the string without pressing it down, just lightly touching the string, and keep doing that. Then do a different finger. Okay, I'm a professional violinist and I still like to do this. So if you're a professional violinist, I think this exercise can still be beneficial to you. And then the fourth one that I like to do is a scale. But I like to make it fun, especially if I already know it. So play with different background beats, drum beats even, and with different rhythms. So again, so that my brain doesn't get bored. So let's just play, we could just first play a simple scale, D major scale. Okay, 2 sharps, F sharp, C sharp, open, close, Start on the open string, go to D, third finger on the A string. Okay, we just play it first with quarter notes. Sharp, G, A, C sharp. Now let's get that beat going, and we're going to change the rhythm. So right now I'm just going to do quarter note, eighth note, quarter note, eighth note. Ready, and. Now that's really fun, right? If you have any questions, don't hesitate to ask me. And if there's a topic that you really want to learn, I would love to learn more about it and share it with you. So click the button to subscribe, and I look forward to seeing you again.